Hello, and welcome to Tier 4 MRL here in Silverstone. Why does it? No. I need to change my graphics settings again. There we go. There we go. Why does it still? God dang it. Oh, and it doesn't show Dreamz's camera. Shit. Struggle. There we go. Alright, we're live.
Hello, everyone. I think we're a little late. We got a couple laps. We got 3 people on a 27-0. Qualifying already looking good. Couple laps on the board. Some not their best, but waiting for a bit. Lethal Pete retired already. I have no idea how. So whoever asked that, yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, we're just getting some laps in. Most of the first laps are done. JJoh doing his Kamal on a lap, Nathan on a lap. Nathan was just driving in Tier 5. JT Drip, Kinetic, Jay Lowry, all in the pit still. John does work out on track. And we've got 19 drivers today. Who are we missing? We are missing. Got 2 Red Bulls, 2 Mercs, 2 Ferraris, 2 McLarens. Missing a Williams? Nope. We got Williams. Haas, 2 Haas. Who are we missing?
I think an Aston Martin.
Aston. We're missing Fox. We're missing Mr. Fox, who's having a good season. I think it's his first full season in MRL. Yep, 8th in championship. He scored points at every race. I think. 2 top 10s, 14 points. So he's got a 6th and a 7th. So pretty good season so far from him. But yep, we got 19 drivers, almost a full grid. Let's see how it goes. JJoh just did the fastest lap of qualifying with a 26.7, already into the 26s in the first laps. Pretty good sign there. Pretty quick for Tier 4, I think.
Yeah, I'm currently on board with MRK, who has a little bit of traffic on his lap going into left field right now.
Is he doing a warm-up lap? He's not using any ERS.
Maybe he's doing 2 warm-up laps. He's got his teammate right in front of him, who is on our out lap, and weaving quite frantically.
Yeah, they have a McLaren behind them on another out lap. Okay. Yeah. Maybe they're doing a little bit of teamwork between the 2 Red Bulls, doing a similar run pattern. They can swap slipstreams, or they're just by each other. I have no idea. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh yeah, MRK. We're watching him. MRK did probably the longest stint you'll see the whole season. 35 laps on hard tires. Somehow secured him a point in Austria last week. So it was an incredible drive from him to go 34 laps on the same set of tires. But yeah, let's see how we can do today. Silverstone, another track with extremely low deg. It's kind of unreal how far you can take tires here. Starting his lap. This is a push lap. He's actually using hot lap and overtake down to turn 3, getting nicely on the curb there, getting great rotation. Turn 4, open the corner wide, cut it back sharp on the power, nice and early, and yeah, through onto the Hanger Straight. I forget the name of the straight. There's a huge bump under the bridge. You can kind of see it. It'll lose you a bunch of time to go over it, down to Brooklyn, swinging into left field, a good sequence of corners here. You want to keep it tight, get on the throttle, squeeze the throttle flat out there, pushing the exit wide down the old pitch straight to Cops Corner, which is completely flat out. Pretty much in every condition on this game. Maybe a little lift in race trim, but easily flat out in the dry. Maggots and Beckett's, these first two corners, or three because it's a corner 1, 2, 3, should all be completely flat out. And he is 1 brake, 2 downshifts through Chapel onto the hanger straight, and boom, MRK 7 seconds up. Purple middle sector. It looks like he's got some pace here at the Silverstone circuit. The leaderboard hasn't changed. It's JJoh, Bouncy, D-Master, Golden Drift, and Newbie are your top 5 so far in qualifying. Although MRK is looking quick through the Vale chicane. 3rd gear, swap it up to 4th for the exit. Push the exit. Traction can be tricky, especially during the race. It's going to be a 26.8 front row for come out. Whew.
What a lap.
Yeah. JVC is someone who usually you expect to be a little bit of a quality merchant. Kind of low down in the pack. The 2 Mercs struggling. Crankus has been put in the lap, and neither is Lowry. I'm guessing Lowry just doesn't want to do a bunch of runs. We're going to see more runs because I think the softer tire allocation is what's ran here. Excuse me. So plenty of soft tires used. And yeah, the grid seems to be pretty close. We have a second separating the top 8, 9. Even though I think JJoh's time is just pretty good compared to the rest of the grid. Even though MRK just put in a great lap. Doesn't have the fuel. Yeah. Pretty close grid. I think a couple tenths. Maybe the top 6 are a sector away from everyone else. But I mean, 7 through 13, it looks really close. A couple tenths can jump you 4 or 5 spots. Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 people on a 28.0, 2 people on a 27.9, 2 on a 27.8. So really close grid. Who do we have on laps right now? D-Master. D-Master's a 10.5 up through sector 1. Purple sector 1 for him. This could be a lap that puts him on the front row, maybe on provisional pole. 6 minutes left. He's going to have time to get back in after this run, get another lap, and completely flat out the Cops, as everyone should be. I should see no lifting for these next couple corners. You can find some time there. Flat out. This should be flat out too. Get easily flat out. Night lift. Downshift. Flat out again through Chapel. Open the DRS. It's 5 tenths up to the middle sector. D-Master's going to smash provisional pole at this rate. Bouncy said he has time too. Bouncy goes purple to the middle sector. 400's up. We're going to go back to D-Master. Down to Vale chicane. Braking, hits the curb. Nice. He's going to shift to 4th here for better traction. Oh, that moment. Way too aggressive on the throttle. He's going to save that. He's probably still going to go pole with a 26.4. Wow.
Still 3 tenths clear, and I think there's another 10th in that with that moment he had in the last couple of corners.
Probably 2. Bouncy lifts through Beckett's, which probably is going to lose him a bit of time. He really did not lift, but he's 3 tenths up too. If he can keep it together, he's going to run out of ERS, so he's not really charging much. He's going to charge a lot through here, though. A lot through Stowe as something like that. I don't know. Vale chicane, the heaviest braking zone on the circuit. 3rd gear again, switch up to 4th. He's going to keep it in 3rd. He's going to have the traction. Yes, he's going to be able to put it down. I don't know how nicely it was. 26.6 back up on the front row for Bouncy, who had a great race last week. I think it was P2 in the end. I think he finished 2nd.
I believe so too, yeah.
Bouncy finished 3rd last week, excuse me. Finished 3rd. But is tied for the championship lead. Finished 5th at the week 1. We've got 4 drivers on 25 points. Golden Drift, someone who else had a really good weekend last week. 26.7 from him, right behind Bouncy. Yeah. But JJoh, MRK, still in the pits. D-Master back into the pits, ready for got to go on his final run. Golden Drift, I don't know if he's going to make it back to the pits in time to maybe pit, get out, and go again. It's going to be tight from him. I got plenty of people on laps, though. Jim not on a lap. Testarossa just started his lap, it seems.
I'm on board with Nathan, who got a little. Oh, never mind. He's a second down. Testarossa 6 tenths up. He's gonna jump a couple of positions if he keeps this up. Oh,
I don't know what he was 6 cents up on, but it did say that. But I have no idea what he'd be. Maybe he's doing 2 laps in a row. I don't know if he was at a 27.6 already, but he's another 10th up through the first sector on this lap. It did look like he started the last lap on low battery, so maybe he is doing 2 laps in a row. Already at 20% battery, it's definitely low for where he is in the lap. He's probably going to lose quite a bit of time through sector 3. Maybe he's just pushing hard to try and get a lap on the board again. It's a long pit lane, and it's slow. It's a slow pit lane too. So it's about a 33-second net loss on a pit stop. So maybe he's just pushing incredibly hard to try and get back so he can get back out onto the track for a final run here. I think that's what it's going to be. Ooh. No, he's continuing. He should. How much fuel does he have? He's got 4 laps of fuel. He's fine. Okay.
He's probably going to be doing, yeah, he's back in now. He's going to be doing 1 or 2 slow laps.
Yep. I think, who else on that? JTB dripping. Is Yaga on a lap in front of him? Yeah, he's going to get a really nice slipstream from Yaga, though, on accident. JT dripping 6 tenths up. It's going to put him competitively with his teammate. The kick salvers have been really quick in qualifying. They just haven't had the consistency in the race. They haven't had the maturity in the race to convert those pole positions, those front row starts into wins. They should really be dominating the championship based off qualifying, but they're not. Yaga has a moment, but he's really just going to give JT a really nice slipstream up to the line. 26.8 is really competitive, and then he passes him on a qualifying lap. That's going to be a little bit demoralizing. But it's not going to be enough for pole for JT. Or even a top 5, probably. There is a big gap between him and his teammate. But MRK is not going to be a top 5. MRK going on a lap. JJoh on a lap. Golden Drift not coming out for a lap. He's not going to try and compete for pole. He's happy with P3 so far. JJoh and MRK not far behind. Whew. I think we're going to have maybe an exciting fight for pole. I don't know how quick D-Master, how much time he has on this lap. We know he has a huge improvement through the Vale chicane, but will he be able to hold the lap together for that to even matter is the real question. But he's probably, I think, the first, unless MRK just started a lap. Yeah, MRK is going to be the first of the pole position contenders to start a lap here.
So we'll jump on board with him here, coming through Sector 1, going on to the Wellington straight as he opens the DRS. And we'll see.
He's going to go over this bump. Oh, that's just, it's nasty to look at. It's going to lose him time through the first sector. He's a 10th and a bit down. Kick salver was a little bit in the way there. JT Adderton should be much wider there. It's a really wide swinging corner, so JT's probably in the way. MRK, yep, he backed out. He's annoyed with that. Is he going to have enough time to get back and start a lap again? He was really frustrated with that kick salver, who rightly should be. Kick salver was too close to the racing line.
Well, D-Master is going to be the next one of the pole contenders to cross the line, as he is now coming onto the Wellington straight for his sector split. He's half a tenth down going into Brooklyn and then Liverpool, half a tenth down on his own best time. What about Bouncy? He is 3 tenths up, so Bouncy has the provisional pole in his hands right now. Looks a little bit slidey going through Brooklyn there. But Bouncy currently up and running for pole. How about JJoh? He's a 10th up. That's not gonna be enough, but that is gonna put him just ahead of Golden Drift. MRK is done for the session. He's not gonna improve. D-Master still down on his time. What about Bouncy? Bouncy's lost it. Bouncy has completely lost it into the wall, and Bouncy's done. What about JJoh? JJoh's not. Can he find a little bit more time going through Sector 2? Bouncy's out. MRK's out. Golden Drift didn't want to start a lap. D-Master doesn't look to have been improved. So JJoh is the only one who can do something about it. Does he have enough time?
He's only 200ths up on his time right now. down to Vale Chicane. I don't know how much time he's going to have in this final sector, but if he has just a tenth, he can improve to the front row from P4 on the grid right now. He's out of ERS, and he does get to the front row. He has 2 tenths in the final sector, close to D-Master.
What a mega third sector there.
Mega third sector. Bouncy just dropped it, and Matt gets back. He had a terrible first sector. He was 2 tenths down on this first sector. And he tried to get it back through the middle, didn't do it, but still P3 is not bad for him at all. But yeah, D-Master on pole.
Great qualifying lap from him, a pole with a 126.480, half a tenth in front of JJoh, who sits next to him on the front row, followed by Bouncy, who is just a little bit less than 2 tenths back. And yes, Cupcake, we do have back-to-back Williams poles.
Will either of them convert it into a win?
Oh, and Golden Drift has a grip penalty. 5-place grip penalty for Golden Drift. I don't know what that's for. So he's not going to be starting P4. P4 is going to be starting MRK. Starting P5 will then be JTB Drippin. Then it's going to be Nathan in the Haas, also doing a pretty great job given that he's a tier above his usual pace. Fnatic in 8th, and I think Golden Drift will then start in 8th place, Newbie in 9th, and Jim in 10th.
I think Newbie will start in 8th, and Drift will start in 9th. I think is how that'll go. But yeah, I think that was the first thing I saw when I ended up getting to join the session was, yeah, I forgot about that Golden Drift with a 5-place grid pen, and yes, he will be starting P9. So yeah, well, things got interesting. We have Golden Drift, who is considerably faster than Newbie, Fnatic, Nathan, and even JTB Drippin was not too far behind him in qualifying. But these 3 cars ahead, he was much quicker than in qualifying. So let's see how he can move up through the field, and how anyone else can. I think it's pretty easy to figure out what the strategy is, but there's some differences you can do in there, how long you can extend certain tires, but it's pretty known the tire compounds you have to use here, and we will see them here shortly. A little bit of a break. Any predictions you want to make?
My prediction is that D-Master is gonna bottle it again.
Well, that's not a prediction. That we know that's gonna happen. What are your predictions for the race?
Oh, it's actually a tough one. I don't know. I think we're gonna have another chaotic race with 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. D-Master looks to have got... Oh my god, back there, so they're almost 3 wide. It's a little bit laggy. But
yeah, JJoh had an incredibly important start as JTB Drippin going up the inside of MRK. There's a bit of a difference in the top 10 of tires people started on. There are plenty of soft runners. Soft and mediums are the only tires you should see here. But JJoh had an incredibly crucial start, staying in P2 on the medium tires. Now he just has to stay with D-Master for 1 lap and his job is done. He's got to stay within DRS range and stay competitive on these medium tires. But Bouncy, knowing that he has to make these overtakes done while he's on the soft tires, staying behind JJoh. But yeah, most of the grid seem to be pretty stagnant based on where they go. I think, who has dropped? Jim Ray just dropped. Let me see.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fighting going on here at the back of the field.
Nathan dropped 9 spots off the start. I don't know how, but he did. So
he did.
Yeah, so that's Golden Drift already got 1 of the cars. JBTC passing Golden Drift. JBTC up 3 positions off the start, up into P8, starting from P11. Great start from him. On the soft tires, making them some of the important moves that he has to make for his race. The 2 kicks starting on mediums. You would have thought they would have split strategy, but they believe the mediums are going to work best for the race pace. And we'll work together, try and hold a track position for the softs. They will be pitting onto softs most likely, trying to make an overcut work and really attack in the final second of the race. I cannot speak right now, so I'm going to let you talk.
Well, down here for the battle of the final couple of points, it's absolutely crazy. As we were almost 3 wide coming onto the Wellington straight. They've gone back to single file now as Nathan is looking up the inside of Yoga. Gets the move done. It looks like it. Oh, there's a spinning Mercedes who has just caused a concertina effect. And now everybody is getting bunched up. Yoga is about to get back past Nathan, who has, I think, front wing damage. But electric entry. Oh, Frank also has wing damage? No, he doesn't.
Is it 3 wide into Maggots? What am I looking at?
Oh my god.
What am I... Why? Why? You guys were battling for
P2, guys. Calm down.
Lap 2 battle for P14. 3 wide into Maggots and Beckett is not something you expect to see every day. As we've just moved all over the field. The 2 McLarens going side by side through Stowe. DMAS with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. It's too late though. I think JJoh staying within DRS. Knight gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Probably has wing damage, I'm going to guess. But yeah, JJoh has done his job staying within DRS. That's the important part. Bouncy not able to capitalize on the fresher tire difference. Not fresher, but softer tire difference. He's got a nice run on JJoh down the Wellington straight. Not going to be close enough. I am still just in shock of what I just watched.
Yeah, 3 wide going into Maggots and Beckett. These guys are out of their minds.
Guys, it's lap 3. Settle into the race or something. Jeez. Give us time to think. Because I think we're going to have some more battling through left field. Yaga a little too squirrely on throttle. Has a big moment. After Testarossa and Crankus were going side by side through Brooklands. Oh, they're going to do it at Cops. Side by side through Cops. Oh, yep,
it's a Max Verstappen moment.
Oh, yep. Okay. How did that not result?
Testarossa turned into Max Verstappen. And not in a good way.
Yeah. Oh, did I just get DC'd? What?
Well, we have a virtual safety car right now.
Yeah, I got DC'd. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, you need another invite?
Yeah, can you give me an invite back? All the cars just stopped on the side of the road for me. Well, yeah, oh, the race is over on my screen, apparently.
Yeah, they need to repair the barriers. After that crash from Testarossa.
Did Testarossa DNF?
Yep, he did.
Yeah, so on my screen they went like side by side, nobody DNF'd, and then there was just like, yeah, okay, well, and then all the cars just started pulling over on the side of the road, and then I just went to a cutscene of D-Master winning.
Well, I mean, he is still in the lead at the moment, but it's far from over. He's still got JJoh right behind him on medium tires. 1.2 seconds back, 1.4. And the virtual safety car has just ended. He has got back within that DRS Master, almost playing that virtual safety car to perfection. But JJoh being alert. As this battle for P1 basically all the way goes back to P6. As it's a little train. Have you managed to get back in?
I am indeed.
Let's go.
Speaking of Fnatic, JBTC just overtook her for P7. JBTC on a charge so far. Can he close up to the DRS train above, in front of him, excuse me, and kind of bridge the gap between P7 and P1. 1.8 seconds off the train right now. It's going to be tough for him with the constant pull of DRS. DRS is so strong here. So yeah, it's going to be tough for him to close that gap. Jay Lowry and P10 doing what the X-Marks tend to do. And things did calm down. Oh, JT made a move on Kamau. But Kamau's going to have DRS. He's going to fight him immediately back. JBTC not looking to capitalize. Newbie behind his teammate, just watching and trying to pick apart the pieces. JT trying for a switchback. Ooh, so close. He's going to switch back through left field. Spins the rears a little bit. And that 6-car train turned it to 3. The just unnecessary battling from JTV Driven there, kind of costing him the chance at fighting for the win. They were almost side by side through Cops. JT backed out at the last moment.
And we've got Testarossa in chat taking the blame for that incident at Cops, saying that it was stupid from him.
I don't think it was. I don't think that was his fault, like at all.
Well,
at least on my, I might have.
Kicksaubers are now going side by side in the snow. Oh yeah,
it's actually a good swap from them. I don't know if they're talking or not, but Newbie's got about 3 times as much battery as JTV Drippin does, so maybe he can overtake Kamau, make it actually stick, and then try and bring back to JJoh and Bouncy that train ahead. D-Master doing his thing up front.
Oh, we've got JBTC in the wall.
In a wall. Oh, JBTC. Can we get the chat spammed with you know what? Thank you.
He's struggling to get it out.
JBTC, you're ghosted. Just go. There you go. Guys, we need more of what Angry Shadow just said. Everyone in the chat. And I need that in the chat. JBTC moment. It happened. It finally happened. This is really good for the soft runners. They can take mediums to the end. The medium runners are a bit screwed over by this. I am not going to lie. Yeah. Medium runners. What is going on with the kicks? What are we doing there? I'm really confused.
I don't think they know what's happening with them.
I'm surprised. I wonder what these medium runners are going to do. Is it soft to the end for them? Do they stay out and try and build a gap on the ones that are going to pit? I don't know. The hards are really bad. Hards are really, really bad.
I can confirm. I can confirm.
They feel fine, but they're just so slow. Yep, JJoh stays out. All the soft runners should be in. No question about that. I think while the medium runners are doing the right thing, they have to stay out. I'm just unlucky with the timing of the safety car.
No, Golden Drift is the medium runner that goes in. We'll see what he goes to.
Yeah, that's something I thought I'd see. What is Drift? I see mediums.
Oh, the Red
up
Bulls
there.
are double stacking as well.
Oh yeah, I thought Fnatic would have had a gap, but maybe not. She will drift on hards.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Same as Jay Lowry.
Ugh.
It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. Don't think it will.
I can tell you it's bold, and I'm going to tell you it's not going to pay off. As someone who has done Silverstone race on the hards, they're not fun. They're just so slow. Like, you don't feel like you're driving slow, but then the lap times are just bad. It's like driving a realistic kick. Or Williams. The car does not feel bad. It's just slow. But our moment himself, JBTC, just coming out of the pits now. He just wanted to give us a little safety car to spice some things up. You know, I think we're going to have a really good battle for the lead. JJoh would have had the undercut on him from D-Master and Bouncy, but would have had the fresher tires to claw back. So maybe Bouncy in a much better position to win from being P2, a net P2 now, behind D-Master. The 4 medium runners staying out. Will they work together? I don't think they're going to be able to build a gap from D-Master. It's not like Angry Shadow in Tier 5 building a 15-second gap on used mediums. But yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen.
Don't think it's going to happen at all.
I think Bouncy is in the prime position for this race win at the moment, because once the bottles it, he will have a clear track ahead of him once the others pit.
Yeah, and how do D-Master and Bouncy and come out, and even Golden Drift? I mean, Golden Drift isn't out of this, and he's still really quick, but he's just on terrible tires. They're not going to get any better. They're not going to ever get faster than the mediums. Yeah, so how will these guys navigate the traffic? How will they make their overtakes? When will they make the overtakes? Will the overtakes stick? Will they get caught side by side? That's what's going to decide this race. And if they can't, maybe JJoh can extend that gap like Shadow
Oh my
did
god,
in
we
Tier
have
5.
a spinner.
Who just spun? Jay Lowry.
Jay Lowry.
Guys.
I was cycling back because usually something happens on the safety car at the back of the field, and I was right once again.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm excited to see this. I'm a little upset with what JBTC has done to me. Comps knowledge right there. Yeah, that's a vet right there. That's an experienced veteran play from Dutchy. Oh, and I just scrolled back to look at JBTC spinning under safety car. How do you spin there? We're making veteran plays right now because he just spun in the middle of Brooklyn's.
Like, real commentators know the back of the field is where the action is at.
I think anyone should just know. More JBTC moments in chat. Come on. The hard one, there's nobody. Yeah, that was it. There is no warm up. That's the whole thing. There's no warm up, and they're just slow. Even when they're warm, they're just slow. JBTC just doing his thing in the back of the field, spinning everywhere. I don't get how you spin in the middle of Brooklyn's unless he has rear wing damage. If he has rear wing damage, it's not that bad. But I don't know how you would have gotten rear wing damage from going straight first into a wall. Yeah. How will JJoh restart this on the old man? Oh, never mind. No question asked. He already did. Restarted it right on the exit of Stowe. Kind of half spun into the Vale chicane. He cannot be overtaken no matter how bad his chicane may or may not be. Gets good traction on the exit. Pulls away from Newbie a bit. Newbie stays right with him. JTB driven right behind his teammate. Pete slagging by a little bit. D-Master was probably cautious on the restart. Got caught up a bit behind Pete. 5 tenths behind him. Bouncy 6 tenths behind him. Kamal 6 tenths behind him. And Golden Drift really caught lacking on, as we said, the horrible, terrible, gross, nasty, disgusting, horrendous hard tires. He's going to have no pace for at least.
JTB Trippin looks a little bit aggressive here on his teammate. He was all over the back of him coming onto the straight.
D-Master and Bouncy not making any impression into these top 4 yet. A lot of battery being used in the top 4 though. And we don't have DRS. So that might come into play. D-Master kind of close on the back of Mr. Peak through Maggots and Beckett's full commitment. Much better tires, much better grip. He's going to fly right around the outside on the battery. Takes the inside line. Is he going to get it in a spot where he's not going to go side by side and he's going to make bounce? This is a great overtake from D-Master. When you're fighting through at the front of the field on fresh tires and you have someone behind you maybe similar pace, what you can do is stuff like what D-Master's doing. You overtake someone on a straight and then make your rival behind you on the same tires sit behind him in a really bad part of the track. As you can see, D-Master's almost dropped a second from Pete, and then Bouncy's going to be stuck behind Pete throughout all of here. Pete is staying within DRS, but look at the difference between Bouncy and D-Master. D-Master is a great overtake from him at a great spot. And then Bouncy's still stuck behind Pete, still losing time behind Pete. He's going to struggle. He's going to burn his tires up more in the dirty air. And he's got to make these moves stick. If he can't make this move here, he's got to do it. He's got to do it here. Pete is blinking. He's got to send one down the inside. Pete defends late. Bouncy going to go around the outside. Was a little bit on the grass on the curb. Pete going to shut the door. Ooh, Bouncy's going to say open the door anyway. Pete gives him the space, squeezes them. They lock tires, give them a little shove. Bouncy gets the move done, an important move. But he's 1.5 seconds behind D-Master, who is still behind the trailing cars. He's out of DRS. It's going to be impossible for him to claw back into DRS. Whew. That was great battling between those two. And Pete still looking on the back of Bouncy. Still looking to capitalize with the DRS here. Bouncy has incredible grip through the S's that Pete just doesn't have to mark. Nope, that's just a visual glitch.
Oh,
I have the same thing. I did that yesterday when I was commentating a race. D-Master Oh, he makes contact with JTB dripping. D-Master's going to dive it down the inside. He's going to switch it back late. No, he's going to... Oh, he's late on the brakes around the outside. JT gave him a bit of a squeeze. Does not have to give him space. He was not alongside in the braking zone. That's a snap on exit. That was not a smart move. Not a smart... What's the name? Action from D-Master. It was. He should have just stayed behind and kept that. But then he went side by side and had a big moment, and it brought Bouncy right back into DRS. All that hard work he just did was undone instantly from that single maneuver. Not the smartest racing from D-Master, but he's right on the back of JTB dripping on the battery in the slipstream. But no, he's not going to get the move done at all.
No, it's not gaining on the straight, even though JTB dripping is blinking.
Yeah, he's not even using any. D-Master has to get this move done in a good spot, and he's got to, you know, try again, build that gap. D-Master on the battery, a much better exit out of left field. JT going to turn on the overtake. Is the slipstream down the old pit straight long enough? No, it is not. Flat out through Cop's corner. JT's still going to have the DRS assistance from his teammate ahead. 8/10 is the gap. Mr. Pete with a 3-second time penalty. I don't know where he would have picked that up. Was it through Cops? Go a little bit wide. Yes, I think he did. D-Master setting up the move on JT on the battery again. JT also on the battery with the DRS open. What are the wings? Is there any difference between the wings? D-Master seems to have more battery than JT. Going to go around the outside. JT blinking. Oh, JT sends one way up the inside. Oh, that was not great to look at. And it goes off the track to keep the position. D-Master going to go up the inside. JT defending, gives him a squeeze. D-Master pushing him wide. Bouncy's going to set up a huge switchback. JT flies over the curb. He got air. What is JT doing? Bouncy is right. Yeah, this is not smart from JT. JT does not have the tires to fight this. He squeezed D-Master, was off the track fighting D-Master, and then dove. D-Master had a clean pass. He dove him up the inside, went off the track to keep the position, and then squeezed, launched over the curb to try. Yeah, there was poor defending and poor racing etiquette from JT there. Did not need to do that. He's on 6-lap older tires. Fight your own race. Save up your battery. You got cars behind you need to defend from.
And now Bouncy's outside of DRS again from D-Master.
Yeah, and I just don't like seeing that. It was just poor from JT. Immature racing, I think. But, you know, that stuff happens. You flare up. You get your temper, you know, messed with. And again, Bouncy not making the moves where he needs to make or getting held up and just takes a lazy 3-second time penalty. He just stops turning, lack of focus. Yeah. And D-Master's doing his thing, doing exactly what he needs to do. Got feisty there with JT. I think D-Master was perfectly fine there in what he was doing. So I think he's in a good spot now. Bouncy's not going to get in DRS if they keep driving as well as this top 3 has been. Working really well together, not doing anything stupid, you know, being a good train. Yeah, everything's playing into the hands of D-Master right now. All he has to do is not bottle it, which I think is going to happen.
We know it's going to happen.
Thank you. I just didn't want to say it. I was a little harsh on JT, and I didn't want to be harsh on D-Master right after. Bouncy is doing his thing, getting back into DRS. And I'm not sure about Bouncy's warnings because he was forced off the track that last lap by JT going off. So that might have given him a warning. So maybe Bouncy can get that 3-second penalty removed. So for the race's sake and commentating's sake, let's pretend he doesn't have that 3.
I completely agree. I am currently watching a battle with JTB Drippin, who has been spun round by Pete on at least a half spin and is now down to 7th place. So going from 3rd to 7th in about a lap and a half for JTB Drippin here in the Kicksauber. And it looks like he's wing damage as well.
No, he just went. I think he had too much front end grip through Cops, turned it a little too much, and the curb unsettled him. Let's see if he can keep his head, stay mature. D-Master going to get another great move, although Newbie burning all of his battery for absolutely no reason. Yeah, that's these are some hard defense from guys who aren't even in the same race as like JJoh and Newbie are not in the same race as D-Master and Bouncy anymore. I don't get why you would defend so hard, lose your own time, lose your own tires, lose your own battery. Like, I mean, Newbie, he is there. You cannot just push him off the track. This doesn't make sense. Now, Newbie does not have the same amount of battery as he used to, and he's going to get overtaken by 2 cars. Pete was smart, and now he's, you know, still got a good amount of battery, probably better on tires, didn't lose as much race time, and he's been able to stay with these guys, and, you know, stay ahead of MRK. But MRK needs to get a move on, too, if he wants to finish on the podium here. Now, I think D Master's going to have the easiest move of the lot here for the lead. He's about a 10th behind through Cops. He's going to stay, going to get DRS. He's just got to make sure that he's not held up and gets a double overtake from Bouncy. Or make any contact with JJoh and cause him to lose positions. Get it back. Only I use this Wyndham to not choke my own races. Yeah, you're so right, Chazzy. So right. Mine is just a skill.
There we go. That's the move for the lead complete.
Yeah. D Master doing exactly what he needs to do, and now, as you know, as I said earlier, Bouncy's going to be stuck behind JJoh, and if he builds this DRS, which he already has, I think by the time we get to turn 1, yeah, D Master's done his thing. Now we just wait for him to spin. Yellow flag. Speaking of spin, speaking of JBTC. Third moment of the race for JBTC. Yeah, not a day to remember for him. I think he's gonna retire here. No, maybe, yes, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That is our second retirement of the day as Bouncy gets up the inside of JJoh, taking P2.
Oh, he's gonna get switched back. Oh, we got switched back.
Oh.
JJoh gonna hang it around the outside. Oh, he's gonna get the move done. Oh, it's beautiful.
JJoh, what a move, what a defense from JJoh there. Hanging it around the outside of left field on those old tires. Absolutely amazing. But now Bouncy, really aggressive behind him. And he's gonna get the run down the hanger straight here. Just pull the same move the Master did, although we lost a little bit of time coming out of Maggots and Baggots. But the overspeed is just so much, and that was a little bit of moving on the straight.
Yeah. JJoh is officially on the D Master payroll. D Master building the gap from Bouncy. I'm gonna break all of your hearts. Bouncy's definitely gonna have that 3-second penalty stand. So, yep, D Master doing his thing. MRK could, I mean, he still has not overtaken Mr. Pete on the 6th lap older mediums, which is a bit of a mistake from him. Fnatic right on the back of her teammate, excuse me. Golden Drift, you know, on the hards, not really doing much, but you know, doing all you can. 4th car in a DRS train on hard tires at Silverstone is not really a fun experience. Oh, Jim just spun as I clicked onto him. That was funny. Yeah, things are going to settle down now. JJoh sticking with Bouncy pretty well. Newbie and JJoh are pretty smart with these. Oh, he spun again. That was a scenic drift.
It was.
Yeah, I think in the next couple laps, probably lap 17, is when you'll see maybe JJoh and Newbie and Pete pit for those soft tires. I think it'll be fun to watch them, you know, battle their way through the field, trading fastest laps probably. Yeah, a lot of these guys still in the fight for points. Like Yaga, John does work with, like I said, someone pit, or did MRK finally just overtake Pete? Yes. Oh, Pete lost the wing.
I was about to say, I saw a little bit of a front wing falling there.
A little bit of the end plate. D Master still hasn't spun yet. What are we saying? Lap 24 he's gonna spin. Lap 23.
No, I think lap 26 on the final lap.
Yeah, he's gonna be like Nigel Mansell, like shut his car down, anti-stall it. Oh, we have the spinning John does work, and we got a 10-second penalty for it.
Severe collision with JTB Drippin. Okay.
Oh, and 2 Red Bulls fighting at Brooklands. Fnatic getting past her teammate and, you know, trying to close up to Newbie and JJoh. And Fnatic on for a podium right now in the Red Bull. Thank you, Abby.
And Red Bull Zero Sugar is right behind them as well with Golden Drift.
Yep, Red Bull's Walmart brand behind them, Golden Drift. Yeah, not making an impression on the hards, but he's sticking with the two, sticking with the pair. I think he has that pace differential to overcome the tire difference. Just as a driver, looking to make a move on MRK. MRK went a little deep through Chapel on the battery, both on the battery in the slipstream for Golden Drift. He's going to go down the inside or the outside of Cop or Stowe, excuse me. He's going to go for switchback. He's going to plant the throttle earlier, take a different line, cut back. He's going to be on the battery. Nope, not at all. MRK. Guys, stop flirting with me. MRK, brilliant defense. Not giving up the switchbacks to Golden Drift on the hard tires. But he's got to try and stay within DRS Fnatic. Got to keep, I cannot speak, Fnatic has got to keep MRK in DRS to keep him safe from Golden Drift. Golden Drift going to go up the inside. Turn 3. Nope.
I've just watched a move from Nathan onto the Yoga. Big sand. And they are now going side by side into turn 1. Oh, and they spin. That was synchronized spinning. That was
synchronized. Yeah, I watched that off board. What a clip! I literally just clicked onto them, and that was synchronized. That was like Schumacher and Latifi in 2022. Did JJoh just pounce Bouncy? Huh. Bouncy have a spin? Looks like it, or a half moment. Synchronized murder. Yeah. Again, why go side by side in turn 1 for like P12? Who knows?
I love how I just take 3 seconds out of the stream to show something at the back of the field and they immediately spin.
Yeah, they have a great battle and then immediately spin. Golden Drift gonna dump the battery. MRK does not have DRS. His teammates not keeping it in. His teammates, pushing on for a podium. She cannot wait. She cannot afford slow down for MRK, so MRK is going to be very vulnerable to Golden Drift. Does MRK have wing damage? It kind of looks like he's missing an end plate. As Crank is spun in the middle of Chapel. Oh, Golden Drift's going to get this to move down into turn 3. He's going to switch it back. He's going to go lay on the brakes. Nope. He's going to have DRS down the Wellington straight, though. Through turn 4, it's an important exit. Got to square the car up, get on throttle, squeeze the throttle, get on the battery, turn the battery on, and this move's going to be done and dusted pretty easily. He's going to fly past him, MRK, and then get right up into the DRS range of Fnatic. Maybe those hard tires aren't so terrible now compared to the mediums. They're probably still worse, but as I said, Golden Drift is the quicker driver of the 3. Let's see how Fnatic can hold him off here. Looking electric, looking to make a move on Nathan. He's got DRS open. He's on 4 lap pressure tires. Nathan hit earlier under the safety car, I think. More like lap 3 or something. Oh, and Electrum had a spin. Oh, and Nathan's going to hit him again. Yep. Nathan cutting the grass.
Becoming a lawnmower.
Yep. I'm surprised some of these guys have not pit yet. Like JJoh and Noob probably should have hit that lap. But they're extending a lot. The longer they extend, the less time they have to, come back, and the longer that Fnatic's going to catch them on quicker tires. So I don't get that call at all.
Yeah, the longer they stay out, the more they're going to lose, basically.
Yeah, they only lose staying out way longer. Unless there's a safety car. So I don't think there's going to be one. Especially because JBTC retired. Yeah, Golden Drift still just kind of suffering from JBTC's moment. Now he's 7 seconds off the back of P2. Maybe 8, 9 almost. So maybe if he gets into clear air, he can catch Bouncy, or Bouncy keeps battling with these cars on older tires. D-Master's just gone. I'd say bye. Yeah.
No, I mean, D-Master's still gonna spin though. He's still gonna have a lap 26 spin.
Okay, MRK is missing an end plate. That's why he's kind of dropped off the pace.
JJoh just went past Bouncy again for P2. And then goes into the pits along with Newbie. Both of them pit, and Newbie had trouble slowing that down, but got it done in the end.
The big Golden Drift got past Fnatic on that same lap, putting him up into the podium position.
And now the question begs, where are they gonna come out? Looks like just in front of the Kicksauber, or a little bit in front of the Kicksauber. P8.
And JJoh's going to come out a little bit ahead of the kick, but JT's going to come out behind Newbie. Or Newbie's going to come out behind JT. So, yeah, they were praying for a late safety car. Didn't happen. Now they've got 6 laps to really put the hammer down. Those tires are going to be really nice to the end. JT getting right out of the way of his teammate. Maybe, kind of, sort of, not really. Yeah. I think the battle we're gonna have to look at is the battle for the podium. And maybe P6.
No, because Knight has a 10-second penalty.
Oh, VSC. Oh, they're gonna be so upset.
Yeah, it's JBT dripping. Who thinks he's JBTC?
Yeah, Newbie and JJoh are going to be a little upset that this came out this lap and not last lap. Because they would probably be in contention still for the win if this came out last lap. It's going to help absolutely nobody or care at the top 5. Pens, Bouncy has a 3. Knight has a 10. Knight should have hit this lap. Don't know why he didn't. Jay Lowry has 3. JTB Drippin has, and then Knight got a VSC, a drive-through, so he's definitely should have just bit. Pete has a 3, JTB Drippin has a 10, John Does Work has 13 seconds, Yaga has 3, and Cranky has 3. As JT pits and probably retires. But I'm going to check out some championship stuff. See some provisional results. Excuse me. JJoh currently leading the championship off. I don't know why he is. I think it should. I mean, it should be him. I guess. Yeah, because he's the only one with the win. So JJoh leading. Bouncy in P3 behind Angry Shadow, who is a reserve. JTB Drippin in P4 also has 25 points. Testarossa, who DNF'd, is going to be out of it. So right now, D-Master would win, but he has 2 points on the season. Would cause him to have 27 points. But I think JJoh would retain his championship lead. Maybe Bouncy. Bouncy will probably take this championship lead, actually. Bouncy in a net P2. In position to take the championship lead. Hasn't won a race yet, but has been consistent as a podium last week and is looking to return to the podium this week. JJoh sets the fastest lap right after. Newbie sets the fastest lap. And oh my god, we might have a safety car.
No, that is
not gonna be one, but it could have been. The safety car would have come out and then gone back in the next lap.
Yeah.
No. Would have, yeah. So, oh well, we didn't miss much. JJoh gets the move done on Knight. I don't know if he might have the pace to catch MRK. MRK does have wing damage, and he's on 14 lap older medium tires. He's got 4 laps to do it, 3.5 laps or so. So JJoh might actually catch MRK here for P5, which would still be a great result considering the safety car and the strategy he's on.
Yeah, and Knight has to still serve that drive-through, otherwise he's gonna get disqualified.
Yeah, so he's got to serve, I think, this lap, maybe next lap. So he definitely has to serve that. He's just going to give Newbie a nice helping of DRS before he does. He's going to be nicely out of the way, not going to fight it too hard. Jay Lowry is going to try and get a move done. Pete's not going to want that. And it Lowry backed out. Pete has the drive-through. He's probably not going to tend to fight it. JJoh just took a second out of MRK since I've said anything about him. So MRK looking vulnerable for the top 5 finish after he had a fantastic qualifying. Wasn't able to put in a final lap because of the fact that the kick Saubers interrupted him. I don't know who was. I think it was JTB Drippin' that was in the way. But still, nonetheless, an incredible drive from MRK after his points in Austria. Fnatic staying with Golden Drift. This battle for the podium is not over. She hasn't been able to, really make a battle out of it, but she's staying close, keeping Golden Drift on his toes. They both have a lot of battery. So I think this one will come down to the final lap if Fnatic's close enough through the 2 DRS zones and has enough battery to overtake. And then JJoh and MRK are going to come down to the end too. So we have a spin of Electric, Andre, who I think was on for points. So an unlucky spin for the Merc team. Jim just rage, looking to, score maybe his first points. Looking to score his first points of the season. 1 second behind Nathan on 4 lap pressure mediums. Plenty of people looking to score their first points today. John doesn't work. Is not going to. Dog is not going to. Frankus isn't going to either. So, yeah. Maybe just John. Absolutely dominated Tier 5 last year. Has not been able to score. Been a little bit unlucky in Tier 4 so far this year. But looking to change that history today. Newbie JJoh still going to fight for P5. Newbie with the fast lap of the Grand Prix. JJoh maybe not having the same pace on the soft tires, not the same battery, lower battery, and not as quick. But they're catching MRK at a rate of knots. They have 2 laps to come down 2 seconds on tires that are 14 laps older. Whew. I think these last 2 laps are going to be important and very fun to watch. And constructors too. I forgot about constructors. Ferrari leading the constructors right now. Kick Sauber behind them. Neither team scoring a lot of points. The Racing or Alpine have the next highest. Alpine in P2 would outscore both teams. Maybe overtake Sauber. I think in the process.
Ooh, and Newbie gets a 3 seconds.
Yep. So that battle for P5 is over for him. He's going to stay P7, so still a good result from him based off the strategy and luck they had. But yeah, Alpine definitely going to take P2 in the championship after this. P1 will still stay in the hands of Ferrari. They've got 2 wins on the season, 1 from Angry Shadow, 1 from JJoh. So they're going to be way ahead, and JJoh's going to get this move done. I don't know if it's going to be the final chicane. Tries to switch back again up to the first corner. He's got a great run on MRK. He's going to go around the outside. MRK going to plant that car directly in the middle. Switch back through turn 1. Switch back through turn 2. Is he going to have the switch back through turn 3 again? Maybe. MRK goes a little bit deep. He's going to have the switch back. He's going to line up another switch back for turn 4. And this one's going to be done. It's going to be done and dusted. The final switchback of the series of 4. Whew. Gets the move done. Great drive from him. It's the last lap. That's an important move. He's not going to have the time to catch Fnatic or Golden Drift. Fnatic right on the back of Golden Drift. She's got more battery, about 30% more. She's got to deploy it. She's got to be close to Golden Drift through the S's. She's got to have the battery to overtake. She's in the hot lap mode. Through Cop's Corner, completely flat out. It's 5-10. She's going to be close. She has to have a brilliant Maggots and Beckett's. Golden Drift also needs to have the performance. It's on none. He's charging up way too much battery. He's not charging any battery for Maggots and Beckett's. It's 3 completely flat out corners almost.
Ooh,
but Fnatic has to slide through Chapel. Yep, she's not going to have the battery.
Well, he didn't spin. He didn't do it. He didn't bottle it. Well, he spun, but it's across the line, and it's D-Master who takes victory. It's gonna be Bouncy second place, looking at a stranded Williams there. It's gonna be Golden Drift. Oh, JJoh
he just lost. Golden Drift takes the podium. Fnatic after him. JJoh's going to lose the P5 to come out in the end after he did all that work to come back. He takes a 3-second, probably through Stowe on the last lap. Come out, finishes P5. That's a great result from Red Bull, who had only scored 5 points the whole season. 4th and 5th place in Silverstone for them. Jay Lowry, P8. Pete also had an unlucky strategy go his way. P9 Nathan. Is he going to score points, or is it going to be Jim? Jim going to go up the inside of the last corner. I think kind of just push him off track a little bit. But he's going to take the points provisionally. Knight. How did you get? Knight just had so many penalties in that race. That was unreal. John Does Work finishes. Still no points for him this season. I think he's the only full-time driver who has no points now, provisionally. Nope. There's 3 drivers who don't. Yaga, Krankus, and John Does Work still looking for that first point. Speaking of Krankus, he's the last finisher. Crosses the line. Does not get past the lap. And yeah, that was a pretty good Grand Prix. ABTC ruined it. I'm just kidding. D-Master, I think, had the pace the whole time. JJoh also looked incredibly quick. I would have loved to see him be able to fight it out for the win throughout the whole race. But yeah, that was a pretty good race.
It was action all the way to the end, as we are kind of expecting from Tier 4 at this point.
Yeah, the races have definitely... races have been very good in Tier 4. Yeah. And we've had a lot of different winners. I think this is another new winner, right?
Yeah, it is. Because he's been bottling everything else this season. This is the one time he didn't bottle it.
Yep, so 3 races, 3 winners. And how many podium sitters do we have? 3 races and 6 podium sitters. 7 podium sitters. 7 different podium finishers, yep. And 3 different race winners. So, yep, the only people with repeat podiums now are going to be Bouncy and Golden Drift. The only repeat podium sitters. Good for them. And I think, yeah, this season's going to be even better. Bouncy takes your provisional championship lead. Golden Drift P2 in the new championship, I think. But he's 6 points back from JJoh. Yeah, so I think he'll take P2 now. Then it'll be JJoh in P3. Newbie finished behind him, probably in P4 in the championship. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. But yeah, Golden Drift, Bouncy definitely is your new championship leader after that.
Yeah, that 3 second from JJoh on the last couple of laps really hurt him. And it was kind of an unforced error, I think.
I think it 100% was. Probably just lazy driving, last lap of the Grand Prix, and you're just kind of coasting at home, and just probably slightly drove over track limits, went a little deep. Yeah, I mean, that cost him 4 points in the end, I think. Dropped him from P5. Maybe just 2 points, but still, those 2 points can come back to haunt him.
It could. It very well could. As I will notify everyone, the drivers, that they need to go into the interview room, so you can do the interviews. Oh well, somebody is excited to give an interview. The D-Master's already waiting. Oh, Bouncy as well. Who do you want to start with?
Probably Golden Drift if he said he'd be fair.
Yeah, there we go. I'll drag him in.
Alright, yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good race from you today. P3 in the end. How are the hard tires out there? How'd they feel?
A little bit better than the last 2 weeks. I thought the same thing was going to keep happening, where it just fall off but since we had so many laps to go, I think it balanced out by the end, and my pace just kept improving over time.
The hards probably aren't the favorite tire for sure, but you kept your cool. Probably made the right strategy decision in the end compared to some of the other guys who started on mediums. It was an unlucky safety car for you guys, but you were battling with Kamau and Fnatic there for a while, it seemed. Kind of take us through your thought process. You and Fnatic battled to the very end. How were you saving battery? What was your plan, for that hangar straight, which was going to be the inevitable outcome between you two?
For that, I was just trying to create a gap, but try to gain as much battery as possible, but having to go through the S's, I'm not really going to save that much, so I just had to try to get the best exit I could to get to the corner first, and luckily I had enough of a gap there.
Where are we at next week? I don't know yet.
Qatar.
Look, Qatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you feeling for Qatar? You've this back-to-back podiums now. Looking for that inevitable win. Is there anything you want to do different for Qatar? Maybe start on. You've been really close to pole these last couple of weeks. What's your game plan for Qatar? Do you plan on breaking that podium curse, finally getting onto the top step?
I would like to, but with the guys in the top of the lobbies, they got like a few tenths on me. So I'm just gonna have to try to do whatever I can get, I guess.
Yeah. We talked about lack of practice last week. How you practice it all for this week, or are you still just kind of going on the fly?
I practiced a little more this week, but still not the amount of practice I would like. But I still got a little bit more track time.
Well, as long as you're getting podiums, I'm guessing you don't need practice.
Yeah, maybe you don't need. Maybe you just need to stop practicing, and that's what you need to win. You were P2 last week. You practiced a little more this week. You're P3. Maybe you just don't practice at all. I'm sure your TP's happy with me saying that. Yeah, just don't practice at all. Just win next week. Yeah, no, another great drive from you. I'm lucky with the strategy. I think you, JJoh, Bouncy, and D-Match would have had a great battle for the win. But you made the right strategy call. Didn't try anything crazy like JJoh and some of the guys who stayed out did, and you took a podium out of it, which is better than they did. So congrats again to you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week at Qatar. Hopefully with no practice, and hopefully we see you on the top step.
All right, I'll see you guys there.
Yes, enjoy the podium.
All right, the Bouncy Castle. Yeah. Hello.
Hello there. How are you guys?
I am doing great. I think so is Dutchy. Doing great, Dutchy?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I think, yeah. So, I bet you're probably better right now. How you feeling with that race? Strategy inevitably went your way. I don't think you can drop D-Match a little bit. Had some unlucky battles that kind of had the DRS drop, but kind of take us through your race.
I think that safety car was it was very good timing because JJoh was very fast on the mediums, but I didn't have that much race pace compared to the other drivers today.
Yeah. You're talking in chat about your consistency, but the race pace. What do you need to work on to look to improve that race pace for Qatar, which is a track that eats tires for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I just need to improve lap to lap consistency, like get similar times, and I need to stay a little bit more in track limits.
Yeah, track limits again today. You had, I think, 6 seconds last week, maybe more.
Yep.
And another 3 today. You just feel like you're pushing a little bit too much, maybe pushing 100% when you only need to be pushing 98, or if you identify what's going on there, worked on it a bit.
I think it's just clumsy racing lines for me. It's not so much pushing. It's just sometimes I turn into or early or turn into late.
Yeah, yeah. So probably gonna identify it. How do you plan to attack guitar differently? To get onto that top step, like I just said, you and Golden Drift back-to-back podiums. You're the new championship leader. You haven't won a race. So how do you plan to extend that championship lead even further?
I plan to extend it by just trying to stay out of the barriers and keeping in the top 5.
Yeah. Guitar, another track with no barriers. Yeah, good luck to you. It's a track limits track, so we're expecting to see 15 seconds from Bouncy and penalties. But yeah, now you had a great race, championship leader, as I said. Now that you got that pressure, you think you can perform under it?
Hopefully.
I like the sound of that. I'm an unbiased Alpine driver. Yeah, congratulations again today on the P2. Looking for that top step. I hope you get there soon. Good luck.
Thanks.
And now, what everyone's been waiting for.
The person who didn't bottle it this time.
Yeah.
Look,
On bottle.
we gotta have a talk here.
No, I do the talking. You.
Why
do
were
the
y'all
answering.
bull crapping during the entire race and saying I was gonna spin?
Because you usually do. All right.
Okay.
I asked the questions. Here
Okay.
we go.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, you didn't spin. You started first. You finished first. You had a little bit of luck with the safety car, but kind of tell us. I mean, the race wasn't over then and there. Tell us how you managed that safety car restart. What your plan was attacking through the field.
So that restart, I was behind Pete, and he didn't get a great restart, and I was just really looking to make my way slowly. I knew that I had more pace. I knew that I was going to the end, and I didn't really want to over push too hard, especially on those first laps when the tires were cold. I was really struggling. Then I got them up to a temperature, and they were grooving. Started moving through the traffic, moving through Pete, and then the top 3. And as soon as I got past JJoh, him and Bouncy started battling, and it just let me pull away basically completely.
A bit more of an experienced drive, no spins, no mistakes. You made your moves count, I think, and they really stuck. I think you're a little driving with JTB. I think it was good on your end from what I saw. You made the moves stick, the moves that you needed to do, and those moves helped you build that gap to Bouncy.
Yeah.
I mean, you were just way ahead of the field. I mean, you took pole. That was a really quick lap. That you took pole.
We cook.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to ask questions. I mean, your first win of the season. It's still early in the season. 3 races in, you're back into championship contention because of how close the season has been. How do you plan to build on that? We got Qatar next week. Do you plan to continue to stay in the title charge, or was this just a one-off?
I can assure you it's probably going to be a one-off. I'm going to try to make it not a one-off, but we're gonna do like Alonso once said, and
Tell Esteban to defend like a lion.
and that's my final thoughts. Thank you guys for the interview. I got to get into tier 3. Thank y'all.
Well, that was an exit.
Was I the only one that didn't hear what Alonso said? Or just said that, then said, I gotta go.
Well, I think he played the sound of Tell Esteban to defend like a lion.
Yes, yeah, I just didn't hear that, so I was just like, what? So that was that was an interesting interview. I mean, I appreciate the brutal honesty that he said. It's probably a one-off. So nobody expect D-Master to ever win again, I think is what we said.
Yeah,
He said, not me. I did not say that. He said that.
I completely agree with him though. I don't think he's gonna win another race. Not this season. Even though he was quite dominant at this race, I must say.
Yeah, he's been quick enough all season. Like, I don't think he's been competing for wins, but he's definitely been up there in qualifying. But yeah, today was just nuts. I mean, he dropped the ball on this one in a good way. That's usually a bad saying. Anyway, Yeah, he was really quick this week, and he's in, all it takes is one great race from you, and all of Tier 4 to be in contestants for this championship. So, for all my Tier 4 drivers who haven't had the best season, keep fighting. This championship's really close. There's a lot of different race winners, so one great race and you're in it.
Yeah, one good race and everything looks totally different.
Yeah, I mean, D-Master just went from like second to last in the championship to like fifth. So, you have plenty of time. Yeah, I think he's probably in the top 7 of the champ, which is outrageous, and he's one race away from taking the lead. So you have time. Only 3 races down, still 7 to go. So keep your head in, and I think we're gonna have a fantastic season. The way this is going, do we have 5 different race winners this season? Is that a prediction?
I think we'll have more than 5 if I'm honest. The way these
I
races
hope we have
have
10.
been. Yeah, I hope so too. But the way these races have been going, we could see a different winner every single race.
Yeah, and it hasn't. There's been the same group that's been in the top field, like Golden Drift, Bouncy, the Kick Saubers. JJoh's been up there. They've been up there in qualifying, but the race pace consistency between each track has been different. So, and it's been really exciting to see, and tons of battles throughout the whole field. So many people good at different things, and I've been very happy with Tier 4, and most of it's been really clean racing, which you're happy to see.
Yeah, the only little bit of not so clean racing we saw was either at the back of the field or from JBT. But I think both Bouncy and Golden Drift are gonna win at least one race this season. The pace they've
100%.
The pace they've shown so far this season, as you said, being up there every single race so far. Both of them finishing on the podium, I think, also every single race this season.
I just started really bad. Neither of them finished on the podium in Spain. I think Bouncy had like a P6, and Golden Drift I don't think raced. So, yeah, they've been up there. It's going to be another season. It's not going to be a season of who wins the most races. It's going to be a season of who has the most P2s, the most P3s, who's consistently in the top 5 and not missing out on points. So I really like Golden Drift in those situations because he seems to be the one. I mean, he only had 3 seconds in Austria, I think. He's been really consistent, hasn't had any spins. Bouncy's been a little more shaky with track limits. So those tiny mistakes are what's going to cost the championship. It hasn't been Bouncy yet, but he's got to get over that hump and get that win, I think, to really keep that momentum going for his championship.
Yeah, and also to just clear his mind a little bit so that weight of getting the win falls off his shoulders. But anyways, I am gonna now send you over to Tier 3. As D-Master said, he is gonna be commentating on Tier 3, our race winner from today. We will see you next week in Qatar, and that's gonna be an even crazier race than we've seen today. Any last words before we completely head out?
No. Qatar's gonna be great. Well, obviously I'm gonna say no and then speak. I'm really excited for Qatar. Great race today. Looking forward to another race winner for next week. And yeah, I'll miss all of you. No haircut next week, but yeah, we'll see you next week.
And just before we go, how are you feeling for your race today?
I'm gonna have fun. I'm getting a haircut. Bro, I just got one. Anyway, I'm gonna have fun. I know I'm not the most competitive person in Tier 1. I'll probably qualify 10th and finish like 14th. Don't know why JBTC picked me 4th, like at all. Can we get that off my back? I did not blackmail him. But yeah, I'm excited. It'll be fun. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be running it out. Make sure you join Tier 3, Tier 2, Tier 1, and also NA, the best tier here in MRL. I've been Dutchy. That has been Dreamzz, and we will see you next week. Peace.